Hey everyone, I'm Bill. I'm with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Thunderhill West. And we are here at base camp and we have a lot of the little bikes today. For you Ducati guys, well, we'll have to keep Stefano's in the picture because Stefano's got his Street Fighter here. Spencer's here with his V4. They don't know any better. They don't know the West Side is designed for these little 300s. And yes, of course, the first session will be out on the RS660. Now for you OG people, you might recognize this bike. I built this bike about 2 years ago and have never ridden it. But, well, today's gonna be the day. So we're out on track. Wagner's actually out there already, and she's out on the R3. We also have the V2 here, so we're gonna have a lot of content. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and ring that bell notification because, like I said, we're gonna have a lot of track content today. So without further ado, let's get out on the first session on the RS660 and show you guys what the West 2 mile track is all about. Well, here comes the lovely Bogna. How was the first session?
Good, I forgot this doesn't have a slipper clutch though.
Oh, no slipper clutch, no slipper clutch. The R3. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So let's get her up. Two bros. Mark, we saw Mark today. It was actually very nice to see Mark. So how's it good? Yeah. Learning how to ride again?
Yeah.
Getting it down. Well, we'll be on the R3 for at least one session. We'll have to figure out when she's on the V2 and then, so the V2's here, the Kawasaki 300. Oh, also FYI, you lost your sticker. I don't know, there's no sticker. So we're gonna be out on the RS660. So let's go ahead and head out for our first session in the B group. Now for you RS660 guys, basically race prep or track day prep, I have the mirrors taped off. The running lights are on. I didn't unplug the headlights because this organization doesn't require, they require the headlights, but the running lights they allow. Taillight's been unplugged, but because the taillight's been unplugged, you'll see that you get the alarm system in the red dot. So you're gonna see that through the track day. Don't be alarmed, it's just simply because we unplugged the taillight and Aprilia is telling us that that's a no-no, apparently. So they want you to tape it off, but it's what it is. So we're gonna be out on the B group and we'll see how this this session goes. It's the second session of the day. And I do have the infamous clock reset apparently. So we'll get a little heat in our tires. A little acceleration and brake. Just kind of get things warmed up and two-wheel addiction track days. And so the West, we're at Thunderhill West. Thunderhill has two tracks. They have the East track and the West track. The West track is the track that we're on right now. And it is a 2 mile, oh little Timmy. Oh Timmy. So this is the West track, and the West track is a 2 mile track. And the East track, which is preferably, I prefer the East track. This is a fun track, but I prefer the East track. It's a faster, more flowing track. This is a tighter technical track. Let these guys get in here, get on here. So we're gonna get the tires warmed up just a bit. So I was explaining to Stefano, this track is very straight. Now, when I talk about that, talking about is that we're not going to turn much. So we're going to turn, hit the apex, pick it up, and then head straight, right? Turn. So this is where I really learned the importance of getting the bike up sooner than later and getting the bike pointed correctly. This is probably my only least favorite corner. And then back up on the accelerator. So it's getting familiar with all of the turning points. Another one of my non-favorites. Here to the straight, and that's your 2-mile tour back down the home stretch. And yeah, so I'm gonna take it easy for another maybe lap, just because it is very cold this morning. We had a little front come through, and it rained yesterday. Oh, look who we have here. So it rained yesterday, and then we've got this cold temperature. So I just hate that corner. We don't have any power. We have no power. We have 0 power. Why do we have 0 power? We have no power. There's nothing. All right. Well, let's get into the pit and figure out what's going on. There's 0 power on the bike. All right, well, bike barely wants to run. Well, poop a doop. All right, let's take a look at what's going on. Yeah, it's like nothing. Barely wants to run. No oil or anything anywhere. I don't see any errors. Well, this is a major disappointment. Let's see if we have any issues. I went over the bike before we came out here. There's just like, well, that really sucks a lot, because this is the bike I wanted to ride today, man. Well, so that was your quick little tour of Thunderhill West. It looks like I don't have a bike now. I got fuel in there. Yeah, fuel's in there. I'm really at a loss for. Well, it's back up now. See, it's weird because it was like. All right, well, let's. let's give it another shot. I don't know if it just didn't like something, but you can see it's revving up now. So, all right, let's head out there again. Bike was warm when I took off. So very, very odd, very odd. It sounds like, I don't know, maybe something was snuffed out with the ECU, but interesting, very interesting. All right, well, let's head back out with our continued session here and see if we've got the go. Let's hope for the best on this. I've never had, the bike has never done that before. So comment down below if you guys are RS660 folks, and let me know if this is something you guys have ever experienced. I maybe have spoken too soon because I literally was just, these guys go. I literally was just talking about how the bike has really actually been great and I haven't had any problems. And then here we are. It didn't like something. It's running good now. Problems with this shifter. God dog it. Oh, I'm so frustrated right now. Only frustrated just because it's like, why? Why, oh why? I rode the West Track, the very first time I rode the West Track was probably within a month or two of it opening. And so if you look here, you'll see that there's that straightaway right there. That they added that afterwards. It's called a bypass. So they didn't have that. So if we're going in this direction, they call it the wheelie hump, and if you're going in the other direction, it's called the endo hump. Right, let me see. So this is the original direction. Now, rumor has it for this particular track, it was actually designed, again, rumor has it, that it was supposed to go in the different direction. Now, if you look straight ahead, you'll see right here, the 3-mile track connects with the 5-mile, or the 2-mile track, making this one of the biggest tracks in North America. It's actually a 5-mile track. Now, I personally don't like the 5-mile track because it's high flow, high speed, and then you got this tight technical, and you only get about 4 or 5 laps per session. So let's see if I can get around this guy. Take him. So the 2-mile track connects with the 3-mile track, 5-mile track. Crazy, crazy. And so, yeah, I don't personally like the 5-mile track. So I really like the 3-mile track personally is my fave. All right. Let's go ahead and start kicking her up just a little bit. Nothing major. So because the truck isn't very fast, it's like a 2nd and 3rd gear kind of track. Oh, caution, yellow flag. So we got a rider off. We got a rider off. Got a rider off. So looks like they are upright. So that's good. So I'll go ahead and continue with our day. I feel like I hate that I got to go down into first, but I just got no drive out of this corner and this corner. It's too boggy. Then it kind of wraps up pretty quick. So originally designed to go the other way, and they had to make it go this way because they wanted to connect the 2 tracks together. So being that they did that, about 5 years ago, maybe 6, we ran this in the reverse direction. And now in the reverse direction, the starter wall kind of gets in the way. That's probably the only default, but the track flows so much better in the other direction. It's actually quite a bit faster in the other direction. So it was put in here, and then so this is kind of what we have. So for a long while, they actually a lot of people actually cut this infield out and only did the bypass, which ran in either direction. But now we're starting to kind of see a lot more organizations run it with that infield again, which I don't know, I'm mixed opinions on. So I don't know, the bike's got me a little unconfident personally. Shouldn't have shifted down to second yet. Hit it down here. When it hits that power band and it hits that 6,000-7,000 RPM, Jesus, the thing takes off. I can't wait to get the pipe on this thing and the tune. So we're coming off track, hand up, and yeah, so I'm not sure what happened earlier in the session. A little bit odd. But comment down below if you guys have experienced that, where it just, it just didn't want to. It was like almost like it was starved for fuel. So comment down below if you guys know what's going on. But we're back at home base camp, and the RS660 did all right. It's park it this way. So I don't know, I've got mixed opinions right now, honestly. So doesn't smell funny, looks good, no issues. I think I might end up taking this over and having Dave do a little bit of work on the suspension, only because we were at Buttonwillow last time the bike was ridden, and that's a much faster, less technical track, where here we're tighter technical. So I felt like the bike wasn't turning quite as quickly as I wanted to. So I think I'm gonna have him do some quick adjustments. So stay tuned, because we may have a Dave Moss follow-up video on the RS660, but Wagner's ready for the next group. Got all the bikes lined up, ready to roll. But thank you guys for sticking around. I'm glad we were able to salvage that session, but make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and ring that bell notification, because we're gonna have a lot of track content in the next week or two, so stay tuned. But the RS660 here on track. Thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see you guys next video. Bye, guys. Bike did a weird thing. First lap, I come around the back corner, bike won't go nowhere. No throttle, nothing. Like it's out of gas.